I'll start off just opening up. We're going to open Tyquan Lewis's practice window starting today, so we'll see how the week goes there. Also, we're going to walk through today, just late in the season. Want to make sure these guys are fresh. Did it last week. We're going to do it again today, but we will practice Thursday, Friday like normal. And then Bernhard Raimann, obviously it's a walkthrough day today, but he wouldn't participate today. But we'll see how the week progresses with him. Yeah, he would not, but we'll see how the week goes.
Did you do Brent's close at all?
Yeah, he's getting there. He's progressing well. He's progressing well.
And how about Carlisle?
Same thing. Same thing.
What would be takeaways from watching Detroit on film?
Very explosive, all three phases. Their offense is obviously elite right now. They're scoring 33 points a game. Quarterback's playing at a high level. The two wideouts are legit. The two backs are legit. The offensive line's legit. Defensively, they're playing really good too. I know they're number one in third down defensively. Top 10 in almost every category, especially all three phases. So they're playing really good football, complimentary football. But the great thing is, we get to play them at home, which we're really excited about and excited for the opportunity and the challenge.
Does it, when you're going against an offense like that, does it change game decisions from you got to expect them to score?
Yeah, we got to take everything into account. I don't want to go into the world that, hey, they're going to go out there and score all these points, because you never know how the game's going to play out. So we'll see how the game plays out early, and we'll go from there.
Shane, when you face a team like this, is it more important even to sustain things on offense, so maybe you limit their chances?
100%. I think we got to do a great job of maintaining the ball during this game to, like you said, limit their chances, because they are explosive, and they've been doing it at a high level all year.
Do you know Dan Campbell at all?
I know him. I've had conversations with him. Don't know him super well, but I got a lot of respect for what he's doing and what he's built there for sure.
What stands out on film?
Just the way they play. I mean, they're tough on all three phases. It shows. It definitely shows. All those guys are flying around, making plays. They're having fun doing it.
Saying after the game, AR was very businesslike, saying this is just one game. I'm sure you have the same mindset, but what's the desire level to just go out there and do it again when you get called great for 6 months?
There's no question. You want to do it every week. I mean, that's the goal, to go win every week, put in the work every week, prepare the right way, so you can have success on Sundays.
What did you see in his preparation last week that impressed you most?
Like I said, we talked about all the details going into it, and those details were on point, you know what I mean, and it showed. And he did a hell of a job doing the little things right all week. Same thing this week, been all over it, excited for this week as well.
You mentioned how the run game gives him a little bit of energy. What led to maybe you implementing that even more than you have previous weeks?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you go into every game plan trying to see what defenses are doing, what can affect them. Felt good about the run game going in with the QB run game stuff. Thought, New York did some good things on certain things where he didn't have to keep it every time. But, obviously you're trying to hunt those things in the zone read game. But again, it got him going early, you know what I mean? Obviously the 2 touchdown runs down there in the goal line were huge, and he was very efficient throwing the ball as well.
This is super, getting in the weeds, but if you got the personal protector on the zone read, where you got a lead blocker for him,
Yeah.
does it change the read for him at all with the defensive end?
Okay.
Once he said getting in the weeds, I knew where this was going.
We can talk off the record. Yeah.
Detroit's been really good in middle of games. What do you think?
Say that again.
Detroit's been really good in middle of games. They don't really start fast, but second, third quarter, crazy good. What do you think?
I don't have a perfect answer for you. I think they get into their rhythm. It could be the start of the games, could be the second, third quarter. They get going, and when they get going, they get humming. So we got to eliminate, the explosive plays, because they got the 2 guys that can really run on the outside. Gibbs is explosive as it gets as a back. You know what I mean? You can't let him be free in space. We got to tackle. We got to have population in football.
Do they stress the defense just because some of those running backs catch so many passes too?
Say that again.
The running backs catch so many passes, that stress the defense just in terms of.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, you get guys out in space and you throw swings and checkdowns. I mean, you got to rally to the football for sure.
Tried to ask about this, but Buck and Grove got in there on the offensive play.
Yeah.
Do you take that as your own mistake, or do you tell them, hey, you got to do your job?
Yeah, I'll give credit to New York on that. They played it pretty good, but you never know. We might have something for them again.
Shane, as you look at the film and what you saw from AR, how encouraged are you from what you saw on tape and then moving forward here with this team?
Very encouraged, very encouraged. I think, when you go through a 3-game stretch like we had, and you go on the road and get a win and win it in the 2-minute drive, you get some momentum, the confidence, and obviously coming back at home, we got to continue that momentum and carry that confidence into this week, and we're looking forward to it.
And when you meet with them like on Monday, I mean, how helpful is it now to have a game to say like, the process led to this, to show the success he's had and how that's paying off?
Yeah, I think it's huge. Anytime you put in the work and you go have the success like you did, are you going to have that success every single week? No, it's the National Football League, but you put in the work, and no matter what happens on Sunday, you can say you did everything you could possibly, during the week to get ready to go play on Sunday.
How much do you think a guy can change in 2 or 3 weeks? I mean, we talk about his mindset, his preparation. Is it done, or is he still changing?
No, he's still growing. He's definitely still growing, but we've seen great strides, like I said last week. I mean, and it showed. I mean, the preparation he did last week and what he's doing right now, it's huge. I think it's going to pay huge dividends in the long run.
Shane, do you think in some ways you did Anthony a favor? Because after the game the other day, he said that he was low-key appreciative that you benched him. Do you think you helped his career along the way here?
I wouldn't say that. I think there's tough decisions that have to be made in this business sometimes, and that was the decision that was made, and I'm thankful that he's back out there and ready to roll.
All the details of the preparation, do you see that sometimes now with his reads, and did you see that on Sunday?
Yeah, I think he was decisive throwing the football. You know what I mean? The accuracy showed up. He was calm in the pocket. He didn't seem sped up. You know what I mean? The offensive line protection was great. Some of those passes he threw were big-time throws, so we got to continue that.
Talk about the O-line. I mean, you got two rookies out there last week, Gonzalez. How much credit does Tony deserve for just making it work?
A ton. He's done a phenomenal job. I've said this before. He coaches all the guys the same. Whether they're undrafted, rookie, 7-year vet. He coaches them all the same because you never know in this business, next man up, and, excited for those 3 guys, what they're doing, and their opportunity they get every week.
When there is pressure, it looks like Anthony keeps his eyes downfield pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something you guys can teach, or is that just kind of innate?
I think that's a natural deal. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to teach that thing, but some guys have that natural feeling, and he does a good job keeping his eyes down the field, trying to find the open receivers, and then when it's not there, he does a great job of creating too with his legs. So it's good.
Shane, you talk about November, December's a time to win, and you guys are right in the thick of things, possibly for the playoffs. Do you sense that, in the urgency?
There's no doubt. I think the urgency's got to be an all-time high. We talked about it last week. Energy and urgency is what we need going into these games, especially November, December, and it showed up. The guys fought their tails off last week, and obviously it's exciting. You come back after a win like that, you're right in the thick of it, like you said, and it's an opportunity to go do it again this Sunday.
Obviously, this question about Anthony and his legs, does it surprise you he doesn't scramble more, just given that trait?
I think it depends, on the rush lanes, where they're at. Sometimes if you got a rush lane to go through, you're going to go take it. If you don't, you got to create a different way, and that's possibly throwing the football. Some of those things are natural. It's kind of organic the way it happens sometimes.
While he sat out, how much did you evaluate the way you used him? Next time he gets back in here, I might try this with him. How much did you reflect on how you used him?
Yeah, 100%. You reflect on a lot of things over those 2 weeks. Him, myself, everyone, the staff, and we went from there. So every week's a new week, and obviously we're trying to put our guys in the best position, especially it starts with the quarterback, making sure he has success, our team has success.
Does it give you any pause? Does it give you any pause when Anthony lowers that shoulder and uses that to get in the end zone, or are you able to just kind of put that aside and let it go play?
Well, I think in those situations, we always talk about got to have it situations, especially on the goal line right there. I mean, obviously you got to be physical at the goal line to go score, and he did that. And I think that kind of set the tone a little bit early in the game with the first one, you know what I mean, the whole team. And then obviously the next one, running the dude over there too, showing his physicality down the goal line was huge.
Shane, you've had 5 games in a row, I believe, with at least 2 sacks. What's been working with the pass rush, and how important is that to get to Jared, knowing how accurate?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things, right? You got to affect the quarterback. I mean, he's completing 73% right now, playing one of the best, obviously, in the league, what he's doing. So, yeah, we got to generate pressure on him, and I think it's a credit to our D-line, the way they work, Charlie, Raish, putting in the work with those guys every single week to get those guys ready with the rush plan.
Is there something special about him as a runner at the goal line? It just seems like he has a nose for the end zone.
Oh, yeah, he's special. There's no doubt about it. We talked about his talents, but him running the football down there obviously helps us for sure.